Now, the show, it's all available on Coldcast for those of you watching at home. You should definitely check it out immediately. It was just selected for the Timecode Film Festival in New Orleans. Right? That's very cool. What's the Timecode Film Festival like?
I wish I knew more about that. I
Okay.
should know more about that in preparation for this interview, but I don't. Lexi got in touch with me, told me that her friend who runs Timecode wanted to program Alouette, and I said, that sounds great.
That sounds phenomenal. That's very
Yeah,
cool.
and what turned out even nicer is that they're asking us to be on a panel, and it looks like me and Dylan are going to be able to make it down, which we're both really excited about because neither of us is local to New Orleans anymore. Everybody else is down there, and we were expecting we wouldn't be able to make it. Another friend of mine is showing a documentary of his at the festival, and he and I are going to go down from New York, and Dylan might meet us coming down from Chicago just for the day of the panel and the showing.
Very cool.
So it would be nice. It'd be like the first real Alouette reunion since October of 2011.
Very nice. Well, since October of 2011, what other types of stuff have you been working on? Is there any other projects you want to tell us about?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. What I'm working on now is a very exciting feature film. It's my debut feature film. It's called Pastor Paul. You can find any information about it at pastorpaulthemovie.com. You can find it on Facebook and on Twitter and stuff like that. But Pastor Paul is a movie that I shot on a shoestring budget in Nigeria and Ghana in February and March of this year. Me and one cameraman, the guy who actually made the doc that's showing it in NOAA, he and I, my friend Adam, flew to Nigeria where we stayed in Lagos with a friend of mine who's an Afrobeat musician who then starred in the film, came with us to Ghana where we had friends who became a crew and some other actors as well, and we shot this insane movie about this uptight white tourist who's coming to study African drumming and gets wrapped up in acting in a Nigerian movie, and while he's on set becomes possessed by a ghost.
That sounds really cool.
I
That's
think
neat.
so.
Wow. Wow.
So that's getting really close, actually. We've got a rough cut of that. We're working on the final edit, moving into color and sound in the next month or two. There should be a trailer out for that really soon as well. But that movie is very, very, very exciting to me, Pastor Paul. So hopefully we're going to really try to show that at South by Southwest in March. Luckily, one of the actors in the film is a Ghanaian hip-hop musician whose musical film and his band, the Fucking Boys, have been invited to South by Southwest the last 2 years in a row. So we're hoping that will get us there. But yeah, you should check out the guy. The guy's named One Love the Kubolo. It's WANLOV. If you Google him, you'll find a million things. He's hysterical. He's a brilliant presence. Global interpreter for the 21st century.
Nice. We'll check that out, and we'll link to Pastor Paul information and information on him as well. That's awesome.
Cool. I have also been working on a new project that's actually set in New Orleans again. And if you remember the character that Noah Applebaum plays, the kind of freaky dream guy in Alouette, he claims that his name is Bernard Marigny de Mandeville,
yes,
which is the name of a historical figure in New Orleans. And it's a historical figure that I've long been interested in, which is how he ended up in Alouette. But he has now made his way in a much more realistic fashion to a treatment I'm working on for a film I'd like to do in the next couple of years, hopefully, called Purchase, that's set in New Orleans in 1803, and it follows the French colonial prefect for Napoleon who's going to broker the deal for the Louisiana Purchase between Spain and France, only to find out he's going to be selling it to the Americans. All the while, he's staying in the home of the 18-year-old drunk, degenerate gambler, Bernard Marigny. And so it turns into this ridiculous buddy comedy between an 18-year-old degenerate and a 50-year-old sweaty French bureaucrat trying to deal with the Louisiana Purchase. It's a historical romp.
Wow. That actually sounds really neat as well. That sounds really cool.
That should be fun. I'm really hoping to get Erykah Badu in the lead role as Marigny's nanny.
That would be amazing.
She's actually a friend of my Ghanaian friend, so hopefully we'll get in touch with her.
That's a really cool connection. Oh, wow.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I should tell you also, Alouette played at a festival in New York 2 months ago. Alouette played at this festival called Snowballs. And this month, in August, Snowballs and their parent or partner group called Planet Connections or something like that. I think I may be getting that wrong. But they're holding some award ceremony that Alouette may be up for an award at. So that'd be
Congrats.
Cool.
That's
Thank
very
you.
cool. That's very cool. Good luck. Jules Bartkowski, thank you so much for joining us. You folks at home can find Alouette on coldcast.tv. All the episodes are there. They're phenomenal. I urge you to check them out.
You can also check it out at alouettetheseries.com.
And alouettetheseries.com. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.